Oh, sorry about that. Hey everybody, Panther0822 here. Give me a minute. I've gotta close a few other things out here just real fast because they don't need to be up. All right, and there we go. All right, it is 1 o'clock. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. I know you guys are basically looking at my screen capture software here real fast, but I am actually in the I'm pulling something else here. Just so that you guys are aware, when I launch the game, because I'm using a laptop, it literally makes it so that all I can see is my screen. So I lose my ability to see chat and things like that. So I've got my iPad on my side here, and hopefully I can actually get this to, let's see here. That's older stuff. No, go back. Alright, you'd think by looking at my iPad it'd tell me, hey, I'm live or something like that. There we go. Okay, I just had to refresh something. Okay. Audio is up. Okay, it looks like there might be a little bit of an audio delay here. So let's come into here real fast. Let's come back into here. I thought everything was set. It didn't really change anything. But, you know, I think it might be alright, because again, I'm watching it here, and, well, no, even the video's a bit delayed. Okay, I've got to fix that, because that's going to drive me nuts, and I'm pretty positive that's going to drive you guys nuts. Nope, that's actually all fine. Output. Bitrate, if I remember right. I want to go to that. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I think there still is going to be a little bit of a delay. I'm still kind of trying to get used to the OBS software. I downloaded 2 other softwares. I'm going to be playing with. There's one that seems to be a little bit stronger winner, because I can actually control things a little bit more fine-tunedly in that. At least that's what it looks like at the moment. I could be wrong about that, but I've got to play with it. All right, and we're still a little bit off, so let's come back out here. That's all fine. Oh, that. Let's drop that. If I remember right. Okay. That might. No, the audio is still a little bit off. I thought I had all this stuff fixed, but maybe it's just I can't really adjust anything as far as the stream goes. Although that stuff I don't want to adjust anyways. Audio's fine. I can't adjust anything. Let's come into... No. Okay. That's that. Let's come back to the recording here real fast. Oh, video is still... Let's drop that. 1800. Apply that. Okay. How's that? Is that any better? Let's take a look. Let's do a slow turn and then a slow turn. Well, not necessarily slow, but... It's still a bit off. It's actually the video that seems to be a bit off, so let's... No. Okay, let's see how that is. Did we get a winner? Alright. That's a bit off, so let's go back. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had all this stuff settled. But unfortunately, with software and trying to make sure things behave the way they're supposed to, you think you have everything set, and then sometimes, not too much. Although that looks good. Maybe not. Still way more of a delay than I would like. Although at this point, what I might do is I might actually pull my capture out. Okay, I don't really actually want to go any lower than that because of quality issues. But let's see how that behaves. What's all this sidebar crap? I really actually don't want that there. Testing the delay, see how bad it is. It's still. Grrr. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be starting the game here probably, honestly, in about 5 minutes. If I can't get this, I might actually just pull my video feed out and just see how the sync in between. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be starting the game here probably, honestly, in about 5 minutes. If I can't get this, I might actually just pull my video feed out and just see how the sync in between. Oh, that reminds me, I need to turn off. I need to do not disturb, because it'd be really weird getting, okay, there we go. Cool. Can we maybe actually just get it and it's just a delay somewhere else? No. Try one other thing here real quick. Well, on the upside, me doing this is giving some people some time to get in. At least I hope, because again, I'm trying to watch things through my iPad. So for the most part, through the iPad, I can see what I'm doing, which is kind of helpful. But for some reason, I can't seem to see the chat. That was actually almost there. Maybe I actually dropped 1364. It's probably going to be really crappy resolution, so I very much apologize for that, guys. Okay, do we have a winner? Not quite. The other settings were actually slightly better. So let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. Let's come back. Actually, let's come to that. Let's see if that might actually work for us. Audio bit rates at 128. I could try dropping that. I'm not sure I want to, though. The software I'm using, again, it's the open box software. It's a free software. It's overall it's actually not too bad for what it is, but I seem to be having, and a lot of it just be experienced with the software and trying to fine tune and things like that. Okay. Well, I think at this point it's about 15 past, so I've got a door that I need to close here real fast, so I'm going to do that. So I'll probably still be moderately in frame. And then as soon as I sit back down, I'm going to launch. Actually, I can. Here's what I'll do before I actually close that door. I'm going to come to here. I'm going to come to here. Alright, well, that's good and loud, at least on my side. So, based off the audio tests that I've done, I've turned up my speakers, I've turned up my my volume, so I am hoping all right, well, it's a bit loud, and honestly, in between that volume and my headphones, I'm probably going to get a little overlap, but that is okay. I'm going to close the door. I'm going to hit new game, and we're going to get started. All right, well, it's a bit loud, and honestly, and then, yeah, so I'll be right back. Probably going to get a little overlap, but that is okay. I'm going to close the door. I'm going to hit new game, and we're going to get started. All right, well, it's a bit loud, and honestly, and then, yeah, so I'll be right back. All right. I'm actually going to drop that just a little. Face it that way. All right. Let's get this started. Now, like I said, this is the Knights of the Old Republic, the KOTOR release of this. Let's get this started. Now, like I said, this is the... Wow, I'm going to have to drop that volume on my iPad because otherwise I'm just going to be getting a lot of echo and other things, and I don't want that. Okay, so this game, from what I remember, originally launched on the Xbox, like old school Xbox, and then it was also released on the PC. And then there's the second game, which I need to still purchase so that I can continue the series. This is a long game. This is not a short game by any means, so I'm really looking forward to playing it again. I love this game. It's one of my favorites, among other things. So, at this point, I'm going to hit new game. We're going to get started. And then, I typically play a female character, but in this case, I'm actually going to play a male. There's a little bit of customization that can be done in this. So, male scout, male soldier. Do I want to do scoundrel? Or a scout? I think I'm going to do the scout. Alright, now I can do quick character, or I can do custom character. I'm going to do a custom character. I know it takes a little longer, but it's... I just kind of like doing things. Overall, I actually kind of like this particular face. It's not a bad way to go. Nah, I don't like that. Nope. 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 Kind of a Mace Windu type thing going on there, but no. No. You know, I think I might actually go with that. Yeah, I think that's going to be our winner. Okay, so we're going to go with that one. And then attributes gives me a little bit of a thing. Alright, so we got 30 points to spend. For those of you who may not be familiar with role-playing games, depending on system, you basically get points to spend on a character, and that's how your character is initially built. So there's base stats, so pretty much everything here is at an 8, which means all of the rolls for this, because this is based off of a dice system, are going to be at a negative. I'm trying to remember. 8's a -1 modifier. So any 8s and 9s will give me a -1 modifier. So at the very least, I don't want negative modifiers. So I'm going to up everything up to where it's at least, or I'm at least even. And that leaves me at 18 points. And then after this, it kind of gets a little bit into some things. We'll throw a couple points into that. Dexterity, I actually want kind of high. Actually, I'm going to throw that at a 16. Let's see here. Intelligence, we want to up a little bit. Wisdom, we want to up a little bit. And charisma, we want to up a little bit. I'm leaving Constitution at a 10, which again, 0. Which I might end up regretting at some point, depending on some things. But the nice thing is as I level up, I can change some of these stats, which is always cool. So, so I think everything there is gonna be fantastic. I think maybe. Yeah, we're gonna leave the intelligence. We're gonna leave the wisdom and charisma. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go there. Skills are always kind of interesting to go with. So for those of you who may not be familiar with it, again, I'm keeping an eye on the iPad, so if you watch my head wander over a little bit, it's because I'm actually keeping an eye on on my iPad, because again, I'm using my iPad as a way for me to keep moderately connected to the stream, because I right now, because of the way the game is, I have zero way of flipping between screens. I might look at investigating to fix that, but at the moment it's not going to happen. Alright, so I've got 16 points here. I don't think I've got enough points to put 1 point in everything. I could be wrong about that. I do. Okay. Here's kind of an interesting thing, if I remember right, about this game, and I could be wrong, so I may end up correcting this. But typically, at least from what I remember of this game, is if I leave something at a 0 after I start the game. So once I get out of this screen, if I left something at a 0, I can't actually adjust it. I can't actually level that particular skill up. So actually putting a 1 in everything is a decent way to start. But some of these have a different point value. So so computers use. It's something that we're going to use quite a bit, so I'm going to want to move that up. Demolitions. It is something that I do, especially in the first half of the game. Demolitions is definitely something that I do use. Stealth is something else that I'm at 3 points though, so I've got to be a little careful, because some of these things are like 2 points, like Persuade. Persuade is 2 points. I definitely want my Persuade at a 2. But I've only got 1 point left at this point. So as much as I don't want to leave some things, I might actually drop it. But it does cost me if I don't. So I think I'll actually leave it. Alright, so I've got 1 point. I've got it in computer use, demolitions. Not sure. Stealth I can always move up. Awareness. Awareness is 1 point. I'm going to bring my awareness up. The thing with this particular game is awareness and persuade are probably some of your biggest things that you really, really want to actually keep kind of high. Mainly because if you've got a high enough persuade, you can persuade a character to do something, or if you have a high enough awareness, it triggers particular things in conversations. That makes it so that you can do different things. So it's actually kind of important to keep your persuade and it's my brain dies. Fantastic. Persuade and awareness. Those are two that you really want to keep up. In the early part of this game, there's just well you'll see. So I don't really want to give away too much. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it good at that. Feats. Yes, I have feats. I have 2 of them on the bottom of my feet. All right. Each character has some default stuff they get at beginning, and then also they get things at level up. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go up there. All right. Let's see here. So the first one here is 2 weapon for efficiency. All right, I've got 1 point, so I've got to be careful on what I spend it on. I could do it on conditioning. Conditioning is a good one to do, and dual weapon is always a good thing to do. What's the... So that's weapon proficiency. Okay, cool. And then what's that one? That one is toughness. I might actually do the toughness. Mainly because toughness actually gives me 1 extra vitality point every time that I level up. Which, if any of you have actually played this game, you understand how valuable that 1 point, that one point can be. So I think I'm actually going to go with this, and then I'll grab the dual weapon a little bit later, because I like dual wielding as far as weapons go, whether it be blasters or swords. The double weapon feat's also very, very helpful, especially if you do the staff weapons. So that's the way that we are gonna go. All right, let's go to name. Let's see what the default name is. Ronnie Mohotha. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, guys, so I'm really sorry about that. Mathma. That's actually ironic. I think I'll actually leave that. I actually like Ronnie. Ronnie's not a bad name, and Mathma reminds me of a different character. So, well, not my own character, one that's already existing in the Star Wars universe. So, I will run with that. Let's do that. All right, and then it is time to play the game. All right, I'm gonna up that a little bit. I'm probably going to regret that because my ears are going to go blah, but that's okay. All right. Well, the one person who's watching, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's probably actually my wife, but if it's not, cool. Welcome. We're going to be running for about 2 hours. We're going to be running until about 3 o'clock. I might go a little bit over that because I got started late. I was playing with some settings. So, and at this point I need to be quiet because there's some action about to happen. So, let's watch.
By a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time. ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier. But Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Alright guys, sorry about that. One of my pet peeves is when people talk during an audio sequence. I happen to have played this game well enough or enough times to actually know, and I completely forgot. There we go. That's what I need right there.
You can move the mouse to the edges of the screen. Move towards the button. You can left click on it on.
Alright. Sorry about that. I need to get back over here. Alright. So this is all of our stuff. We're going to get all the items. Now, something that's kind of actually important as far as gameplay goes is that you can actually choose your... You can actually do things to set your alignment pretty early in the game. There have been some people who go, oh, there's no way to actually get it so your light side or dark side as far as your character storyline goes before a particular point. And where they're honestly they're only about half correct in that particular statement. It is actually possible to get yourself to where you are
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
all right. Sorry, I'm glancing over some of this stuff. Some of you guys may be familiar with it. Some of the tutorial stuff.
This room is in lockdown, but don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
All right, so let's come over here. We're gonna use him.
If the door's open, you better take the lead again.
All right, then we'll. Oh, nope.
Yes?
And there we go. All right.
This is Kaiser. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge.
That was Cart contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe him. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Cart's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna spin back around this way.
That door's locked, and I don't have the codes to open it. You'll have to use your security skill on it if we want to get past.
All right. Now, for those of you who may not have played this game, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the security lock here. All right. And this particular combat system, it's an old combat system. It's kind of wonky, but it does work as far as the way that it goes. So we're gonna go ahead. So it gives me a couple different options as far as depending on what I've got in my inventory. But this is rapid shot, and then I've got a down arrow, and then I can change it to where it's a different type of attack. But I wanted to use rapid fire. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click it, and yep, there we go. Alright.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Alright, so in the lower right hand corner here, these are different things that I can use to either aid me in combat or heal myself afterwards. So health wise, I'm actually doing okay. There's no real reason for me at this point to do anything. So alright, I'm actually going to do something here real quick and notice something. So I'm going to go into my settings here. I'm going to go to gameplay. Go into my keyboard mapping, and I'm going to adjust a few things here real quick. Let's see here. Pan camera left. I'm going to change that to Q. Pan camera right. I'm going to change that to E. Alright, and then if I need to make any other changes, I will. But that should be okay for the moment. So what that allows me to do is that's going to allow me to actually pan my camera and pretty much keep things. Now, I'm going to grab these remains here real fast. Cool, got some credits, got some stuff. Alright. Alright, that was the noise of a droid exploding. Unfortunately, a lot of the early part of the game, there's a lot of slow reaction time. Mainly, part of it's because the game's old, but the other part of it is because there's just a lot going on. Alright, so... Alright. And then the other part of this game is you really do actually have to be an item fiend. I typically am not always an item fiend. That being said, with this particular game, I've got to be. Mainly because if I'm not, one, I can miss out on items that I need. But two, I could miss out on getting some credits. I could miss out on getting some good armor, some computer spikes. Computer spikes in this game are a major thing, along with repair parts. Okay. Sorry it's taking me so long. I'm trying to actually get some stuff here real quick. So there's some frag grenades. Okay. No. Might actually want to move that stuff back to the arrows. Already got that. Yeah, I think I'm going to move those back to the arrows. That seemed to actually work better anyways. We're going to come back to gameplay, back to key mapping, pan left is going to go back to there, pan right, it's going to go back to there. Okay. Yeah, that actually seems to even function even better, so that makes me happy. All right. Sorry, guys. I keep grabbing kind of the same thing. So at this point, we're gonna go. All right. So we've got some guys down here. And I do have a frag grenade, so we'll throw a frag down there. Alright, so we've got some items that we can grab. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit. There we go. Cool. So we're going to get all those items. We're going to grab all this. Alright, there we go. Whoa. Got another person down here, so let's deal with that. Alright, let's drink some water. Alright. Oh, we got some more stuff to grab. Let's grab it. Alright. So, in this particular game, honestly, I am going to go light side. That is the direction I'm going to go. Mainly because that's actually the direction I sit naturally. To borrow an expression from Ahsoka, though, I am no Jedi. I follow a lot of the Jedi as far as the positive side of the equation goes, but I fall in what most people would consider the gray Jedi category. And for those of you who may not know, Gray Jedi is not actually an official title by any means. It is more of a description, is what it is. So it's basically a person who doesn't agree with the Jedi as far as Jedi tend to be a little more pacifist. Don't get me wrong, they will fight and they will do some things and they can be completely badass, but they tend to be focused more on diplomatic options and other things. And I will do that, but I also recognize there is a time when picking up my lightsaber and actually fighting for something is the right thing to do, opposed to walking away from a situation. So let's find out what's going on here.
This fight is too rigorous. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastor. Damn, we could have used your help.
Alright, we got to deal with some more people here, so let's do that. Want to welcome the second person to the stream. Thank you for watching. All right, let's wander down here. I don't think there's going to be too much down here, but we're going to grab it. All right. I can grab some things off of her, so I'm going to do that. Cool. Got some things. One of the other things that I really like about this particular game is the fact that once you get far enough in, which actually won't be too much further, is I can actually upgrade my weapons in a way depending on what materials I have and whether.
Better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster at close quarters. I should equip a melee weapon too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster.
Alright, so I do happen to actually have a melee weapon, so let's actually change over to that. So we're gonna come to here, and I've actually got 2. So I'm gonna do that. So that's at +1. And I do have a second one, so I'll go ahead and I'll throw that there. That's at a -9, -3. Nah. I think what I'm gonna do is leave it at 1, because that at least gives me a 1, and then I can come back to him, and I can... He does not have the skill set for it, so we're not gonna worry about it. Okay.
Yes.
So, we're gonna come back. Let's do it. Oh, can't see.
Bastille was not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. Should want Bastille alive. But once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Alright, cool. So we've got that. I don't remember there being a lot, but we're going to try and grab a few things here real fast, just to make sure. Alright, fantastic. So we've got some stuff there. I'm going to pan over this way. Got some remains here. Cool, got a med pack. A little low on life, may not be a bad idea to use a med pack. Got some more credits. Alright. Alright, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change back to my blaster. I know eventually I'll be switching to a melee weapon, but for the time being, we can go with the blaster. Alright. Oh, I need something. What do I need? Oh, I haven't experienced. Oh, okay. Basically, what it's telling me is I need to level up before I can do anything else. We're gonna go ahead and level up here real fast. Alright, so let's go to our skills here real quick. I've got 3 points that I'm gotta spend. I'm not gonna worry about treat injury too much here real quick. We'll jump up security just a little bit, and I can't do anything with persuade at the moment, and that's okay. And see, this typically happens when I'm actually maxed out for the level. I can't adjust it because I can't. Now the other option may be just a point thing. And nope, persuade is just, again, it's the max of what it's going to be. So at this point, I'm going to bring up my awareness a little bit more because I want to be a little bit more aware of what's around me. Bring up my security a little bit, and that's all of our points. So we'll call that good. We've got feats. 2 weapon proficiency. Actually, I'm not going to do the 2 weapon proficiency, at least not at the moment. What I am going to do, though, is I am going to do conditioning, because that's going to help me with my saving throws and other things. So that's going to be good. So, alright. Now, I will be gaining additional characters. And what I'll more than likely do for them is I'll probably actually just tell them to auto level. As far as my character goes, I will focus my character in a particular area.
Something behind you. Damn, another dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You guys do escape pods. Go!
Alright, let's take a minute. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna come over here real quick. And starboard section. Let us move on. Drink some water.
This is KOTOR on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support system. Bastion's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member of the Endar Spire. So I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pod. Be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
Alright, now stealth is not a skill that I use too terribly often. It's usually not character type I play, so we'll go ahead and hit this.
Make sure you have a stealth beam generator equipped in your belt. You can't use your stealth skill without one. Use the mouse and click on the stealth button to activate it. The generator will wrap you in a cloaking effect so you can sneak past the Sith. Just be careful you don't get too close, or you might notice someone's there.
Alright, so let's pan this way here real quick. Alright, and... Alright. Well, that didn't work. Alright. Well. Alright. Let's grab his stuff. Alright, got some credits. Cool. Do I have another frag? No, I don't. Oh well. I do need to watch my wife. My life.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Alright, I don't think I've got enough to use the droid. And honestly, I want to try and save as many parts as I can. Parts are hard to come by, and honestly, later in the game, there's a couple of places where you really actually need them. That being said, computer spikes are also almost equally as hard, but I can usually buy those somewhere. So, yeah, I've only got 2 repair parts, so computer splice will be my better way to go. So there's all the baddies. So let's see here. Don't want the tutorial. I do want to overload the terminal. Sadly, that'll take pretty much everything I've got. But that is the benefit. The benefit is I don't have to fight all of them. And I still get experience. Got 140 experience for that. So, that was helpful. Alright. And now I can come in. Grab some supplies. And get all that. Okay. got a prototype sword, which is always cool. Alright, so we've got all that, so...
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Alright, and...
Like you. We're the last two crew members left in the Endar Spire. Basile's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Alright, here we... As soon as I remember which pod it is, there we go. Oh, got a little bit of echo. Let's pull that up. And use escape pod. And now for some visions.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a night there. I was wondering if you ever know my God. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you on the escape pod.
Okay, so I've got a good... now we're actually getting into some things. So now I've got a little bit more discussion options. Again, that first part was just literally the tutorial, the intro into the game. At this point, this is where I can really actually start forming the character as far as which direction I want to go. Whether I want to be a smartass, whether I want to be serious and only to the point, or just kind of whatever I want to be. So I'm gonna read over these here just really quick. Honestly, I'm gonna kind of let you guys read these if you can, mainly because my reading speed is absolutely crap, and if you want me to actually read these out loud to you, we'll be here a while. And these kind of strain my brain out a little bit enough as it is. So let's see here. Add a stream. Right, I'm running. Blah blah. Karth. You know what? I'm gonna just go with the top one.
I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I'm making me pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We banged it pretty bad when our escape pod crashed. Luckily, I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site in all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived, it seemed we were long gone. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet. They've declared martial law and have imposed a planet-wide quarantine. And I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. It's pretty rare in a long crew, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
All right, let's do it.
That smacked your head, did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed on here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her. Basila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? I mean, if she's dead, then no one can stop Malik and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived. Basila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Basila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Basila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance. Of course, there are limits to what she can do. From what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive. Basila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malik's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us. If we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice. A luxury Basila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet's under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Basila's gonna escape terrorists, she's gonna need our help. And we'll probably need hers.
Alright.
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Basila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
We wouldn't want that now, would we? Alright. At this point, I can ask her some questions. And I can go from there. So let's go and let's ask.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
Let's see what we can do here. Let's see here. You can ask him what he knows about the Sith. Tell me about the planet. Let's ask about Karth.
But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
Alright. Karth could give some information. Honestly, the amount of information he gives us is not so is honestly information we can get just from wandering around the planet and encountering some things. So that's what we're gonna do.
We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, we're looking for Basila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Alright, so we got a little bit of journey entry added there. We got a few things. Give me a minute. Let's see here. Game category. Unfortunately, guys, on my iPad, I'm not quite seeing a chat option, which is actually kind of really sad. I'm going to see what I can do. Maybe pull something up on my phone here real quick. So I apologize. A little bit of a freeze in the gameplay. Mainly because if you guys are trying to throw something in the chat, I can't see it right now. And honestly, that kind of bugs me a little bit. I'm not happy about that. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. Okay, I'm going to come here. I'm going to come my channel. Okay, so we're going to come to this.
If you're one of the 55 million Americans who drive a personal car for work and don't track your business miles, you could be losing thousands of dollars. But logging all of your miles is a major hassle, unless you have Mile IQ. It's the app that automatically detects, logs, and calculates all of your business miles.
Okay, I'll just turn that down that way. Skip the ad for the moment. Okay. Hey, at least on my phone I can actually see the chat stuff. Alright, so cool. On my phone I can at least see it, but for some reason on my iPad I'm not entirely positive why I can't. I wonder if it has to do with the view that I'm in. Let's try actually changing the view here real quick. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's try flipping this back, because I can type faster this way. Cool. Okay, now I can actually see the chat. And, alright. It took me way longer than it should have to figure that out. Alright, guys, let's get back into it. Sorry about that. Karth is down that way. Alright, so like I said, at some point, I get some stuff. So this table here is one of many tables. And what I can do with this particular table is I can actually upgrade some things. So like right now I've got the sword and it's highlighted. So I'm going to click on it. Tells me the type. And then right here